Most builder elements can only render a single item. Multiple items elements, on the other hand, for example the grid or the slideshow element, have the ability to render multiple content items. For example, let's add a grid element. Add an item. And since we are on a category page, a multiple item source with all posts of the category is available. Now, let's map the title of the posts and the image. The content item of the element will render as many items as available in the content source. If you select a content source which has multiple items, as in my case right now, there are two options available to define which items are rendered. You can set the starting point. For example, let's set it to 3 so it starts with the third item. And you can use the quantity option to limit the number of items. If the value is left empty, all items will be loaded. Mind that this option is disabled for elements which can only render a single item. The combination of the start and quantity options allow you to split content source items into different visual layout parts. So since the first two items are now missing, let's render them differently in another grid element. But first, let's set the number of columns to 4. Add another grid element. Choose posts as the content source. And let's map title and image again. Now, let's set the quantity option to 2. As you can see, we have split our content into two different visual parts. The first grid shows 2 posts, and the second grid shows all posts starting from the third one. Mind that when templating an index or a category page, the quantity option should only be used when splitting content sources. This is because the number of posts on those pages is already defined in WordPress.